Coming at you full-fledged, it's your boy Regg, with another video for y'all on this Saturday morning, man. How y'all all doing, man? I hope y'all had a good week and it went well for y'all, you know what I'm saying? And this weekend consists of, rest, recuperation, and the creation of new ideas for the next week. So that's the first thing I want to say in this video, man. And before we get into it, like this video coming straight in, share it for others to see, subscribe if you haven't already, man. We got a lot of viewers that's not subscribed, so hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I drop, man. I'm gonna have a couple of videos dropping this weekend. And man, comment throughout the video because this one is going to be extensive. This one is the one that I've been hinting about in my previous videos. My latest 2K video, the top tier one. I wonder if any of y'all found out what I was talking about in the description if you read it. And if you didn't, this is what it's about. I'm going to put that in the link so you could just see the continuity through how I drop stuff. So that's pretty cool if you ask me. But yeah, this is what it's about, man. You see the title. You see the title, man. And another thing that I want to address before we get into the video. If you want my perspective on a particular topic, just hit the link in the pinned comment below. That's my Cash App, and donate to the channel, man. Donate as much as you want. It could be $1, it could be $10, it could be $50, it could be $100. But obviously, I want to gain you all's trust, and I want you to appreciate the content before you do anything. So I'm not rushing, but if you want me to speak on something, that's what you'll have to do. So, but anyway, you see the title, man. You know what this is about. This is my opinion, man, and the topic of this video, for real. To be honest, this been going on in my head for a minute now, for a couple of years even. Like, this topic, it's like I always thought about it. I always thought about it, but now I'm certain about it. You know what I'm saying? And whenever a change like this has to be made, context has to be added. So I just wanted to, have a little bit more evidence, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I did before I came to this conclusion. And this NBA season has really showed it to me with just like 19, 18 games left. So with that being said, I got to say this with the utmost sincerity. This is not a troll video. I know I like to get on LeBron's head sometimes, but it's not a troll video. I'm being completely honest. And if anybody who's questioned my motivations as to why I do what I do towards LeBron James, I'm not really doing anything towards him. I'm more of revealing things. But if you want to know why, this is why. And with that being said, LeBron James is no longer a top 10 all-time great player. And I wholeheartedly believe that. I wholeheartedly believe that LeBron James is not a top 10 all-time great player. That's just my opinion. Everything that I've seen. I mean, I was born in 98, so in 2003 I was 5. So I was watching basketball then, but I was a casual viewer. I really didn't really start watching basketball to probably like, I ain't even gonna fake it, probably like 2007, 2008, probably late, definitely the late 2000s. So I've seen part of LeBron James' career. I experienced, you know what I'm saying? And I seen most of his career, and just going back and doing the history, I don't think he's top 10, man. I think there's 10 people better than him. And now, to all the most objective NBA viewers, since I said this is a serious video, we're not talking about the bronsexuals. We're not talking about the bronsexuals, the wokeities. We ain't talking about none of them boys, the woke heads, none of them. Nobody with an ulterior motive. We talking about the objective NBA viewers who say shit, LeBron James right behind Michael Jordan. The people who say that, the people that genuinely believe that, without fandom, who actually bring an educated case as to why they believe that. The people who actually believe that. Now, why y'all say he about to be the all-time leader scorer, which is impressive. Which y'all say that. Y'all say he's a 4-time league MVP. Y'all say he's a 4-time finals MVP. Y'all say he's a 4-time champion. I get that. That sounds good on paper. But again, you have to watch. You have to watch the games, man. You have to see the whole show. You have to watch every episode. You have to see every minute, every second, every frame per second throughout his career, man, to know that that's not the whole story. If I had to boil down LeBron James's career in 3 words, it would probably be Media One, Super Teams 2, and Media, Super Teams. Oh, and Underachievement. Media, Super Teams, and Underachievement. That's what I would describe LeBron James' career in 3 words. And I'm gonna explain why. Media, let's just go back into LeBron James' career. Let's go back to the very beginning. He came into the league, 18-year-old, fresh out of high school. It was a long time since, well, no, actually it wasn't, but at that time, a lot of players was coming out of high school. I mean, I think it was a while before LeBron James came to that another player did, though, but yeah, the point is he came in at 18, no college experience, super hyped, you know what I'm saying? He had his high school games were being televised on ESPN. LeBron James is in the basketball world. LeBron James been around way longer than he has been around on TV. He's been a prospect for a very long time. Like I said, these people not regular people, but the point was, I'm saying he came into the league at 18 years old. All this hype. And if you look at the videos online, you had players like Carlos Boozer saying like, "Oh, this 18-year-old, he getting all this hype type stuff. Like, he ain't really gonna be able to. Is he really gonna show it in the NBA?" I'm paraphrasing what he said. He getting handed the lead practically. That's my point. He getting handed the lead. He got the chosen one tattooed on his chest. That's a big ass sign of narcissism, by the way. You get the chosen one tattooed on your chest, the chosen one. Like, I mean, I have a tattoo, so I ain't gonna be a hypocrite, but I ain't really no tattoo person. I probably ain't gonna get another one, but I'm digressing. He got called the king. He got called the king in the NBA before he even touched the floor. He got before in the NBA, minutes was given on a merit-based system. You had to earn your minutes. This dude, LeBron James, came into the league with immediate minutes. Now, some people can say that I really saw. That's up for debate. He came in. He's born in Akron. He's going to Cleveland. It's only right. Some can say. But the fact of the matter is, before him, nobody was given the rings like that. Nobody was given the leadership like that. You know what I'm saying? And another part of the media, his rookie year. He won the rookie of the year. We know this. He averaged. I gotta pull it up right here. This rookie year, he averaged 21 points, 6 assists, and 5.5 rebounds. Solid numbers. But he shot 40, probably his lowest. I think this is his lowest average. He did shoot 42% from the field, 29% from 3, but still put up good raw numbers. He was not rookie of the year. Carmelo Anthony was. Carmelo Anthony was the rookie of the year. I think he had better. He probably didn't score much. I think their numbers were close, but the disparity was team wins. I think Carmelo Anthony Nuggets team had like 8 more wins, or 8 to double-digit more wins than the Cavs did that year. And there's no explanation as to why LeBron James deserved that award over Carmelo Anthony that year. Like, you can nothing outside of media hype. Nothing outside of media hype says that LeBron James deserved that Rookie of the Year. Nothing. I mean, you could say stats, but his team won more games. So that's another thing. He came into the league with this. We never seen a player with this much hype off of like pure media driven narratives. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he was good in high school. He was great in high school. But did his high school team win a championship? I don't think they did. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan came into the league hitting the game winner after winning the NCAA championship. Magic Johnson came into the league after winning the NCAA championship. Larry Bird, but having a legendary rivalry with Magic Johnson in the NCAA. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar come in, greatest college basketball player of all time. Bill Walton, probably another one of the greatest college basketball players of all time. You get my point. Pure media-driven narratives. He came in, won Rookie of the Year just off that, and didn't even make the playoffs his first 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying? But his first whole Cavs run, I consider that to be a success. I'm not even gonna lie. If LeBron James never left the Cavs, and let's say he won probably like 1 or 2 championships, I think he would have been a top 20 player just off that. If LeBron James never left the Cavaliers that first time and won at least probably like 1 or 2, he'd be a top 20 player just off that, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So I consider that first Cavs run a success. He missed the first 2 seasons, but he won Rookie of the Year. He made the finals in his year number 4. He made deep playoffs run, second round conference finals, you know. Lost to the Magic, lost to the Celtics, lost to the Pistons. Those championship Pistons teams that went to they made deep playoff runs. They made conference finals like 7 straight years, I think. Something like that. Some crazy record like that. They facing the big 3 Celtics off trades. The big 3 Celtics off trades. Let's say that again. The big 3 Celtics off trades. So, all 3 veterans off trades getting a championship. He lost to them. He lost to the Magic with Dwight Howard, arguably at the time top 5 player with a great team, great shooters, Turkoglu, Rashard Lewis, J.J. Redick, them boys. So yeah, man, he was losing to good teams. But let's go. You know, I said the big 3 Celtics. Now let's talk about another point in LeBron James' career: the decision. Now the decision, I always looked at the decision as I'm gonna say this again. I always thought LeBron James in Miami Heat, that's the best LeBron type version of LeBron James I've ever seen. You know why? Because he was playing both ends of the court. He was hungry. His shooting splits was crazy. He was making shots. He was getting taught footwork by Hakeem Olajuwon. He was using post moves. He was shooting the 3-ball crazy. And he was on that shit. He was on that shit, boy. But still, that's the best LeBron James I ever seen. And that decision to use his free agency rights to go where he wanted to go and to show players that you do not have to be loyal to a team. That decision was very courageous, bro. And I never I never got on LeBron James' head for going to Miami. Never. I never did that. I never did that. Not because it was his right as a free agent, but some people. But then again, as I said in my previous videos and on my other social media platforms, that he's kind of tarnishing that legacy. He's tarnishing that legacy with corruption. You know what I'm saying? He's targeting that legacy of doing that with corruption. He's team hopping. At this point he's a team hopper. But we're gonna get to that a little down the line in the video. But let's talk about his Miami Heat run. Like I said, he won 2 MVPs in the Miami Heat, back-to-back MVPs, back-to-back championships, back-to-back Finals MVPs, all defensive first teams. I think he definitely, you could say Marcus All. I think he had more defensive win shares, but all that. LeBron James was Defensive Player of the Year at that time. He got a unofficial Defensive Player of the Year award. You know what I'm saying? So that's what his in the 4 years he did. In the 4 years he was in Miami, that's how his career went out. Now let's fast forward to 2014 when he returns. 2014-2015 season. He returns back home to Cleveland with a Kyrie Irving, trades first-round pick Andrew Wiggins to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Kevin Love. He does that. He has another super team. He uses his free agency rights to form another super team, and again, they're the favorites to win. Finals come in 2015. They're up 2-1. Eventually, LeBron James is able to take his team to 2-1 against a surprise at this time Golden State Warriors to 2-1 without Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. His shoulder got pulled out the socket in one of those previous rounds. I think one of those previous rounds, and Kyrie got hurt in the first round with his kneecap. So, they went up 2-1. LeBron loses. I mean, they did win 67 games at that time, so we got to give the Warriors their respect. But nobody said they were going to win a championship that year. But next year, they win a championship. We all know the story. They win the story. They win the miracle seven game series against the Golden State Warriors, 73-19. The next 2 years, Kyrie ends up leaving after LeBron tries to trade him for Paul George and Eric Bledsoe to the Phoenix Suns. He loses 8 out of 9 games that next 2 years against the Golden State Warriors. He comes to LA. The first year, they missed the playoffs due to him having a groin injury in the middle of the season, but they still had the chance to make the playoffs. They just weren't good enough, and the chemistry was shot because he tried to trade everybody. They missed the first round his first year. I mean, they missed the playoffs the first year. The second year, I think they win. I think the Lakers won. They definitely won over 50 games that 2020 season. They definitely won 50 games that 2020 season. We all know what hit. We all know the outbreak. It came. Then the bubble came after a 4-month vacation. No travel, no home team, no home court, away court dynamic, no fans, none of the pressure, none of that type of pressure. So this is a big asterisk championship, not just because it's LeBron James and the Lakers winning it, just because the situation, this is unprecedented. We've never seen that. Some people say Tim Duncan's lockout championship in 1999, it has an asterisk because it wasn't a full season. Some people say another one of LeBron James' championships is an asterisk because it was a lockout season in 2012. So You know, we can say that, but this right here, you can say that for shortened seasons, but this right here, they had 4 months off. This wasn't a strike. I mean, these weren't like these were not this was not a lockout. Lockouts happen in you know what I'm saying? Lockouts are more probable than this. So, second year they win the championship. Asterisk bubble, Disney, Mickey Mouse, Black Lives Matter, championship. They win that. 2021, they get bounced out in the first round by my favorite team and the eventual NBA champions this year, the Phoenix Suns. Even if Chris Paul did throw 2 of those games, I watched those games very closely. Chris Paul threw 2 of those games. That's all I'm gonna say. Chris Paul, even if they still lost, even with Chris Paul trying to help them. Yeah, that's the third season of his tenure on the Lakers. They get bounced out this first round, proving that their bubble championship was a fluke. That's what they did. And this year, after all the trades, after trading the championship core, after more trades after that, they have Westbrook, Dwight Howard, Wayne Ellington, Anthony Davis, Malik Monk, Kendrick Nunn, THT, all those guys on the team now, and they're threatening to not make even the play-in. They threatening to not even make the play-in. If they lose a couple more games, they about to be disqualified for making the play-in. So this has been a failure. This Lakers experiment with LeBron James, this LeBron James experiment on the Lakers, it's been a failure. And shouts out to Carcito for life and Seahawks Jose Rodriguez and the other boys that was in the chat last week, last Saturday actually. I'm gonna drop the link about that if y'all want to see it. We was on for a minute. We was on like 3 hours. It was on Carcino's page. We were initially talking about the top 5 point guards of all time because, you know, the top 75 happened and we all seen that picture with Dame Lillard in it, and you know how people have been reacting to that. So that's what we was talking about. But throughout that chat on the StreamYard, we was talking about who has had the worst Lakers tenure of all time between LeBron James and Kobe Bryant. That's a question I asked. And everybody in the chat mostly said LeBron. You know, we got a lot of Kobe fans. We got a lot of Kobe Bryant fans. You know, they just as toxic as LeBron James fans and Allen Iverson fans. That was a question that was brought up. And I brought up, some people said LeBron, they gave reason. They said for expectations. They said expectations, this is the worst Lakers team of all time, or worst Lakers era. And I argue for Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant had the worst records. He had the worst records for Lakers championship, worst record Lakers era. They weren't making it even out the first round. But that's another equivalent in the LeBron James and Kobe Bryant career. Not to compare them to, because this is not a Kobe Bryant video, but still they have a lot of equivalencies that a lot of people don't address in when analyzing their careers. They both have all-time worst performances in NBA Finals history. LeBron 2011, Kobe in 2004. They both have all-time margin losses in the finals. Kobe in 2008 against the Boston Celtics. LeBron James in 2014 against the San Antonio Spurs. They both have cases, and they both have cases for having one of the worst eras in being the leaders of the worst eras in Lakers history. Either being LeBron James because of championship expectations, or Kobe Bryant for the actual record of his team and not making it out the first round. But a lot of people say that was a rebuild season, but in his roster, but still, He's coming off a three-peat, you know. They kept him. Shaq, it took him 1 year to win another championship. 2 years, it took him 2 years to win another championship. It took Kobe Bryant another 5 years to win a championship. Another 5 years to win a championship. And they argued Jerry West, and I counter argued. I said no, Jerry West has he made finals. He was losing in the finals every time to a super team Boston Celtics. But anyway, I'm digressing again. But you know, throughout all those stints on these teams, all the help LeBron James has had, LeBron James' finals record is 3 wins. 3 wins, that's I'm counting. 3 wins. 2011, 2012, 2013, and 2016. 6 losses. 2007, 2011, 2014, 2015, 2017, 2018. That's the third all-time highest for most finals losses, behind Elgin Baylor with 7 and Jerry West with 8. And both Elgin Baylor and Jerry West are top 20 players. So he's right behind them. So what do that say about him? And 3 wins, 6 losses, and 1 asterisk. So his finals record is 3-6-1 with the most help of any NBA superstar. He still has a losing record in the NBA Finals and the 3rd all-time highest finals losses. Now, like I said, while James's greatest contribution to the game was opening the curtain on quote-unquote team loyalty, it could be said that's his biggest downfall as well. You know, yeah, that could be said that that's his biggest downfall. Also, it's a double-edged sword for him. You know, you could say the lacking of competitive desire as the years went by. I've seen LeBron James at his hungriest, and now I see him. That's not the same. That's not the same LeBron James. The lacking of competitive desire, the over-reliance on all-star, the superstar help, and the abandonment of defense to conserve energy for personal stat accumulation. Because LeBron James, after 2014, he's had some good defensive seasons. But if you want to look at the metrics, LeBron James in the last 8 years since leaving Miami, he's been one of the worst defenders in the league. He stopped caring about defense after he lost that defensive player of the year to Marc Gasol. He stopped playing defense. He stopped caring. To conserve energy to put up stats. Personal achievement. Personal stat accumulation. Like I said, over-reliance on help, the lack of competitive desire, and an accumulation of personal stats via the abandonment of defense are all the results of the decision. You know what I'm saying? The decision. Again. Yeah, man. So, to get into the other aspect of the video, I know that's the first half. We're talking about LeBron. I just believe that there's been another player that has had that, I don't even want to call it LeBron James, but that one-man army, that's what I'm going to call it, that one-man army. I think there's a player that did that one-man army type of career better than him, and that's Oscar Robertson. That's my opinion. I believe the Oscar Robertson style, while a lot of people say LeBron James is the best at it, it's indeed Oscar Robertson. And I got to give Oscar Robertson his spot back. I mean, a lot of people never removed him. A lot of people never had LeBron James top 10, but I got to put Oscar Robertson in my top 10 all-time greatest players because I think he did that style better. I think LeBron James is a bastardized version of the Big O. I think the L Train, that's one of LeBron James' nicknames. And that's hella funny when you think about it, because that could be a pun too, because he got a lot of L's. L Train. L Train. I think L Train, he's a bastardized version of the Big O. He's a bastardized version of the Big O. And their similarities in their game is crazy. It's crazy how people always comparing LeBron and Jordan. They're not even the same player, and they're not even on the same tier of all-time greats. If anything, you want to go with small forwards, you could compare LeBron to Larry Bird. And before 2016, I would have said it was a tie. Before 2021, I would have said. Before 2021, I would say him and Larry Bird is tied, but it ain't even close now. Especially tangibles throughout his whole career. But on paper, before 2021, you could have said him and Larry Bird were tied at small forward, if you want to make comparisons. But this is the ultimate comparison with LeBron James. Is Oscar Robertson. The similarities in playing styles and capabilities. Coming into the league, both of them were looked at as complete players. They can do everything. They can score. They're not a scorer. Was he I ain't gonna say he was a natural scorer. I'm not gonna say Oscar Robertson was a natural scorer. They were complete players. They could do everything. They could pass, rebound, and score. They're both all-time great scorers. Both of them, Oscar Robertson and LeBron James. They were triple double threats before they even knew what triple double was, because Oscar Robertson invented it. You know what I'm saying? They were looked at as, and LeBron James was looked at as a triple double threat, and they were on bad teams. They both were on bad teams with that archetype. LeBron on the Cavs, Big O on the Kings. And about their rookie years, Oscar Robertson had a better rookie year. Oscar Robertson had a better rookie year than LeBron James. If you go look, like I said, LeBron James averaged 21, 6, and 5.5 back in 2003. Oscar Robertson, in his rookie year back in 1960, averaged 30 points, 30.5 points, 9.7 assists, and 10.1 rebounds. He averaged damn near a 30-point triple-double his rookie season. A lot of people don't know this. And again, going back to that media thing with LeBron James, a lot of people in the media say LeBron James had the greatest rookie year of all time, which is a damn fallacy. That's not true. We can say multiple people. I just said Oscar Robertson had a better rookie season. You can say Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan averaged 28 points his rookie season. You can say Magic Johnson. His whole rookie season, he won Finals MVP after winning the NCAA championship. Wilt Chamberlain averaged, I think, 36, 37 points in his rookie season. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had a better rookie season. So, like I said, but even then again, you'll have people argue. In the 60s, it was this is the early 60s. This is not the late 60s, early 70s. So, back then it was that was kind of a slower pace. And it was all 2-point shots. But, nah. Well, it was a faster pace back then. Yeah, especially compared to the 2003 season. Yeah, that's knee deep into the most defensive era in NBA history. Maybe LeBron James' points translated to today, which is not even equal to how fast it was back then in those days, but it's the closest thing. His points may have shot up, but the point being is Oscar Robertson averaged 9 more points damn near 4 more assists and damn near 5 more rebounds his rookie year. And he shot a 47% from the field off all twos when the paint was clogged, and shot a better free throw percentage, 82%. So, yeah, Oscar Robertson had the better rookie year. Both of them on rookie of the year, but we can, after comparing their seasons, well, how many, it really don't matter how many games considering his numbers, his raw numbers, whoever was competing against him, I don't know who was competing against him to win Rookie of the Year. There's no way you can say Oscar Robertson didn't deserve Rookie of the Year. Yeah, there's no way. But to get off that, you can say Oscar Robertson is a better scorer than LeBron James. Now, yeah, we can say that. Oscar Robertson is a better scorer than LeBron James. Throughout his 14-year career, Oscar Robertson averaged at least 30 points per game. At least 30 points per game. 6 times in his career. 6 times. 30.5 points. 30.8. 31.4. 30.4. 31.3. 30.5. 6 times in his career. LeBron James, as great as a scorer he is, he only averaged 30 points 1 time in a season. And that was back in the 2008 season. Yeah, that was back in the 2007-2008 season. The year the Celtics won the championship. He averaged 37-7. 37-8. And I believe Oscar Robertson, when he retired, like at least top 5 all-time leading scorers. So he was a great scorer at his time. Not to mention he was the pioneer of the triple-double. The triple-double being the points, rebounds, assists version of the triple-double. Because I'm going to contribute a triple-double also to, I'm going to put some of the praises on Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, because they were getting triple-doubles at that time too. But steals and blocks weren't recorded, so you couldn't really call it a triple-double or something they didn't record. They were recording points, rebounds, and assists at that time. So we can give a little praise to those 2 legends also on the invention of the triple-double. And to the people that compare him, Oscar Robertson, to Russ, it's not even close. Russ arguably is not even a top 30, but all time he's top 20 at least point guard, but at least 25, maybe 25. 25, he's an all-time 25 point guard. And Oscar Robertson is like top 3, arguably 1. So to the people who say he's just a older version of Russell Westbrook, no, he's a supremely better player than Russell Westbrook. And he was averaging triple-doubles before they were recording it. So while it says on paper he has more than Oscar Robertson has more than him. And probably Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell do too. And blocks. So yeah, my point again, LeBron only averaged 30 once. Oscar Robertson averaged 36 times and retired top 5 in all-time leader scorer, just like LeBron. But LeBron has had 6 more seasons. I think this is his he's had 5 more seasons to play. And he's just now right here at second. He's just now getting to second at all time. So in 14 seasons, he retired top 5, but then again, the NBA just started probably like 25, 30 years prior to him playing. So you can still, but you get my point. I'm just giving counter arguments. I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm playing both sides. Again, this is not a troll video. This video, at least. He's a better passer. He's a better passer than LeBron James. LeBron James, who led the league in scoring once, I believe it was 2020, the season he won the championship, I think, or the year before that. One of these seasons on the Lakers, he led the league in assists. And I think that was his 17th season. Oscar Robertson led the league in assists 6 times. The triple-double king led the league in assists 6 times. Russell Westbrook led the league in assists probably twice. No more than 2 times. I think it was twice, actually. And this is back when they were calling it by the rule book very precisely. So a pass had to result in an immediate shot. So these are imagine Oscar Robertson playing today, 6-time assist champion, a career average 9.5 assists to LeBron James is 7.4 assists. He's having 2.1 more assists in less time. And LeBron James plays point forward. He's a small forward, but he plays point forward. He's had 5 more seasons. And he's the all-time leader in turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. He's a better passer, like I said. Rebounding, it's even. It's even between the two. They both average 7.5 rebounds. So you could say they're even rebounders. But I'm going to put a but on that. This is what I'm going to say. LeBron James is averaging the same career average as Oscar Robertson, who is a point guard, a 6'5" point guard. LeBron James is 6'9", a 6'9" forward, a 6'9", 270 forward. He's never averaged double digits in rebounds. Again, Oscar Robertson has averaged multiple triple-doubles. In a harder era with Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell and Willis Reed and Walter Bellamy and Elvin Hayes and Wes Unseld. Those boys, and Nate Thurman and Bob Lanier. All those boys. He averaged 10 assists. His highest average in assists was 12.5. LeBron James' highest average, his rebounds, LeBron James' highest average in rebounds is 8.6. He averaged 4 more assists, his career high in rebounds. Damn, I keep saying assists. Rebounding. So it say on paper that they're the even amount of rebounders, but considering their position in the era and the career highs, Oscar Robertson's a better rebounder than LeBron James. That's scoring, passing, and rebounding. Oscar Robertson is better. And all-time career, Oscar Robertson is a better free throw shooter. He shot a career of 83.8%. That's almost 84% from the free throw line. LeBron James for a career is 73.4. That's a 10 point difference. A 10-point difference. All the tangible things in the game, he does better. Now, you can give LeBron his accolades. Yeah, he has 3 more MVPs. I give him that. He has a back-to-back MVP. I think he got 2 back-to-back MVPs, actually. Oscar Robertson has 1, but you got to think. Oscar Robertson was outside of Wes Unseld his rookie year. Oscar Robertson's the only player to win MVP back when only Bill Russell and Wilt were winning it. You know how rare that is? A point guard. League MVP back when Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain was playing. And that equals like 4. That equals 4, figuratively, practically, to LeBron James. So, yes, and another similarity. Another similarity, ultimately, is the direct correlation between how many championships these two won and free agency. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest similarity. That's why I look at these two as almost equal. That's why I'm replacing Oscar Robertson with LeBron James, because I think he's a better version of LeBron James. Imagine how many championships Oscar Robertson would have won if free agency existed and he went to the Boston Celtics and played with Bill Russell after Bob Cousy retired. Imagine how many championships Oscar Robertson would have won if he asked to be traded to the Philadelphia 76ers and playing with Wilt Chamberlain. Imagine how many championships LeBron James wouldn't have won if he never went to Miami. Imagine how many championships LeBron James would have won if he never left Miami. Imagine how many championships LeBron James would have won if he never left Cleveland the second time. It's crazy, bro. Their careers is so crazy to me because I think Oscar Robertson did it the better way. Oscar Robertson, he got his. Oh, and another thing, both of these players, Oscar Robertson and LeBron James, they both been on top 10 all-time great teams by way of free agency. That 2013, not the 2013. Was it 2013? Nah, that 2012, 2000. Wait, was it? One of those Miami Heat teams, the one that went on a 27-game win streak and won the championship. That one in the 1971 Milwaukee Bucks. Those are bona fide top 10 greatest teams ever. That's another similarity these two players had off of free agency. So once they got to a team, once they had help, quote unquote, around them, they made all-time great history, team history. So that's why I got LeBron James. He's now a top 15 player, but he's the best. That's what he's right. He's right at 11. He's right at 11. I got to put, after him going to 10, I got to put him at 11. I got to put LeBron James at 11. And I got to put Oscar Robertson right at 10. Point guard. I'm going to make a video of the 11 through 15. I'm going to do that. That's going to be my next video. It's going to be the 11 through 15. Because that one, I'm going to explain why. Because I have Isaiah Thomas as my second greatest point guard of all time. But all-time player, it's almost interchangeable between Oscar Robertson and Isaiah Thomas, the second greatest point guard. But I got Oscar Robertson in my top 10 because of that. You know, their careers it's amazing when you really compare these two. So man, yeah. I'm gonna drop my top 15. Actually, no, I'm not gonna make it. Well, I might make a video. I might make a video of that. But I'm gonna drop right after this video drop. I'm gonna make an Instagram post about my top 15 greatest players of all time, and a lot of people, and now y'all don't know my top 10. So you're gonna find that out too. You're gonna find out the top 15, top 1 through 5, 5 through 10. 10 through 15, you're going to find all that out at once. So I'm going to drop that link in the description. I'm going to drop the Oscar Robertson. Well, you'll see it in the description. But tell me what y'all think, man. Do y'all agree? Do y'all think LeBron James is still a top 10? A lot of people still think LeBron James top 5, which I think is ridiculous. What y'all think? What y'all think about Oscar Robertson? Is Oscar Robertson still top 15 because he didn't win as many championships? I think he made like 2 or 3 final. He probably made 1 or 2. I think he made 2 or 3. I know he retired after losing to the Celtics in '74. Yeah, what y'all think? Do y'all think, yeah, he won the league MVP back when they were playing and he averaged a triple-double? Do y'all think that's worthy enough to be a top 10 player? Do y'all think Oscar Robertson worthy enough? Do you think it's somebody else in the top 10 instead of Oscar Robertson, and LeBron James still out of the top 10? Let me know, man. Hit that like button. Comment. Tell me what you think. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell. Again, if you want me to speak on a specific topic, hit that link in the pinned comment below. That's my Cash App. Let me know what you want me to talk about. I will acknowledge you. I'm going to thank you, and I'm going to give you that video as soon as I can. I want to do good business. So, yeah, just check out the video, man. I hope y'all like it. And I'm out.